Today we're going to be talking about the 2004 Dodge Viper. It used to be my very first supercar that I ever owned. I did sell it to a friend a little bit later down the road, but I know everything about this car, so let's go ahead and take a look. This is a 2004, so it is a Gen 3. It is the most least desirable Viper, but in my opinion, I still love it. You're able to take the top off, drive down the road, have the wind blowing in your hair. What better feeling? On this vehicle alone, we do have the Gen 5 Rattler wheels right here. Came off the 2013 to 2017 Dodge Vipers, followed with the Toyota R888 tires. A lot better grip. When I first got this car, it had something else on it. I couldn't get grip. I looked into it. These were the best tires I could find. They are pricey. They only last about 10,000 miles, but they get the job done. When I bought this car, it was built by Dan Cragen, the legend himself of all Vipers. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He started building all of these himself. He's the man, okay? So on the Dodge Viper, you don't have a traditional hood release inside the cabin. Everything is up here on the front, right in the bumper. You just pull it, lift the hood up, if I can. Somewhere in there. I remember this car, trust me. He built this motor with forged pistons, forged rods, a Corsa exhaust, oversized heat changer, smaller pulley, Paxton supercharger, exotic engines vent pump and catch can, and the thing screams. The car puts down 805 wheel horsepower and a ton of torque. The car has full leather interior. It is the convertible. The way to get to the convertible, you do have to open the trunk, and we do have a sword in the back in case you want to see it. But you do have to open the trunk, open the car. The struts on this trunk latch are going out. Sometimes they want to hold, sometimes they don't. Are they gonna do it? No. So we gotta be fast. On the inside, right up here on the top, in the middle, we do have the latch to undo it. I don't think I'm fast enough. Too slow. Let's try this again. We're gonna start with this one first. Thing's a pain. I wish they were just automatic like most modern cars now. Slide that in, push it down, latch it down. There you go. So since we've pretty much gone over everything on the car on the outside, going through the motor, everything, let's go ahead, get in, give it a start up so you guys can hear it. The Corsa exhaust gives it a lot more of a rumble compared to the stock exhaust. It sounds great. Let's start it up for you. Take it for a test drive. All right guys, so we are heading out to one of the main roads out here in Mexico. Try to get a little bit of a driving video for you. It is rush hour right now, so we do have quite a few cars on the road. Try to get around them, try to get out by the lake. So a quick little backstory on the car. This is the car that got me started into pretty much everything supercars. There was a time back when I just started my business. I was towards the end of my snowboarding career, so I didn't really have a big cash flow. And I had a Dodge Viper before this one. It was also a 2004, maybe it was it was a 2005. Ended up selling it and I regretted it. So fast forward 4 years-ish, I just got out of a relationship and I had my quarter life crisis kind of hitting me. I thought to myself, oh, let's go out and do another stupid purchase. So that's what I did. I hopped on the Viper forums on Facebook and was searching around, tried to see if anybody had, you know, a Dodge Viper for roughly under 50,000. And I got hit up almost immediately after posting. The guy who was selling this car sold it to me dirt cheap. Like I said, it was only about 35 grand. It's got a $43,000 build on the motor. So at that point I was like, what can go wrong? Let's just go get it. In last minute decision, I ended up deciding to find a plane ticket, go up there. I flew up there myself. I took a 3-hour Uber drive north of Seattle and finally was able to get up to where the car was. Once I got there, I was pretty nervous about driving 800 horsepower Viper back home. It's an 18-hour drive. One of my first supercars. I've never taken these cars on a trip like that. So it had me nervous. The guy talked me into just driving it home. That's why I got the plane ticket. He guaranteed me pretty much that there were not going to be any issues. He just did all the services on it, everything like that. I finally got it on the road. I did have to drive through Seattle's traffic. Driving a car with this much horsepower, it is rough. This car is a car that you have to drive, unlike the McLaren, where the McLaren kind of just drives you. The McLaren's more of a daily driver car. This car is a completely different beast. So I did end up driving this car all the way back home to Utah. I left at 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get home till about 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. I drove it straight through. It drove great. This car was so much fun on the way back, even though I never really got on it because I was a little nervous of breaking down somewhere. We ended up taking it up to Salt Lake the very next night, and it was the first time I got on it and the first time I felt its power. And the power of this car was unreal. Something completely new to me. Like, imagine the fastest roller coaster you've ever been on times 2. This car is stupid. It doesn't grip, so it just wants to spin. I can be going 100 miles an hour, drop it into third, floor it, and I'll still spin. This car is so dangerous to drive, but it's also one of the funnest cars I have ever driven. But yeah, that's my backstory on this car. This is the car that got me started on everything. And it's got working AC, so what better? We are finally out in Mexico. So we got a little straightaway. We'll drop it into third. You'll feel the instant torque. You'll hear it, everything. Here we go. Triple digits, third gear. Car is a 6-speed, so you can only imagine how fast this car actually is. I have yet to come across a vehicle that pulls like this. The McLaren will pull like this and it grips, but the second these tires grip, this car is gone. Give it a little low gear pull.
I tried getting the speed, the camera's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that smile on his face.
Man, this car is a blast to drive. It throws you back so hard in the seat, and until you let off the throttle, you cannot lift yourself up. Overall, this is still probably one of my favorite cars to drive, just because I have to do the work. It is so easy to spin the tires, spin out, all of that. You've got to be so precise with the throttle, everything about this thing. The transmission is just super tight, shifts great. It's still by far one of the best cars I have ever drove today. We're gonna head back home now, so until next time, thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey guys, don't forget that the deadline for the Wakeboard giveaway is August 4th, so head over to the giveaway post for your chance to win.
Hi, I just subscribed and I might get a chance to win this thing.